Hey, welcome back to my channel, Cooking with Manual Focus. And last night we cooked the brisket. Well, overnight we cooked the brisket, right? So it's about a 15-hour cook, and I think it's the best time to cook it, right? So you cook it, then you let it rest, about an hour, hour and a half. Then you got that thing ready for dinner, ready for the kids, ready for your guests, ready for your event, whatever, man. So you'll have that thing ready. So I think that's the best time to cook a brisket, is do it overnight. And you know what? Let's get to this recipe and we'll see you guys there. All right, so one of the most important things when cooking a brisket is actually the preparation. And you want to make sure that you got your brisket trimmed, to your liking. So what you see me doing right here is I'm trimming some of that silver skin off. I'm gonna get back to some more of that later, and then getting some of that fat that won't render down when you're smoking it. So parts like the decal, and then other thick fatty pieces that won't render down or caramelize when you're cooking it or smoking it on your smoker. And then with the brisket, it's just like a sports car. You want to make sure that you kind of round off the edges and make that thing aerodynamic, so when that smoke hits it, it's hitting it efficiently. So that's what you see me doing right here, is just making some trims, just making it more round. And you'll see at the end when I'm starting to season it, has more of a round shape to it. So again, you want to make sure that your brisket is on the more aerodynamic style. Also too, there are tons of videos to show you how to trim up a brisket. It's gonna look like you're taking off a lot, but most of that will be fat. So now I got that thing all trimmed up. I got the Thunder and Longhorn seasoning, and again I'm going for like a Texas style, not like true Texas, but sort of Texas, because you got that salt, pepper, and then we're going with garlic and then some other spices that I like. But if you want to go with a true Texas brisket, then you going with a 50-50 blend of salt and pepper. But this Thunder and Longhorn seasoning, I'm telling you, man, it's fantastic, and it's nice and flavorful. So when you season that thing, you can see me right here on the sides. Just make sure that you're cupping your hand, and then patting that seasoning on the side. And then also, don't be afraid to season that brisket, because when you want your bark to form, the seasoning is going to be part of that process. And then once that bark forms, that's where that flavor resides. And then you want to do it on that meat side too, again making sure that you got that thing nice, coated and seasoned. So you can see it right here. It looks like it's a lot of seasoning, but again, trust me, at the end you would love it. So again, enjoy watching me season this bad boy up. And what you want to do, you don't want to rub it. You want to make sure that you're patting your seasoning down, and that's all you pretty much got to do. And then you put that bad boy on the smoker. Now look at that right there. Already looks fantastic. And you see right there, that's all the fat and stuff that you want to get off that brisket. And we're going to do this overnight brisket cook. Got this thing ready on 250. And then we're going to take this thing through, cook it up. Alright, so this thing's been cooking for about 3 hours, so I'm just going to check, see what we're looking like. Okay, so you can see, got a bark starting to form there. It's getting a little bit dry, so we're going to spritz it with some apple juice there. Keep it moist. So we'll come back in about another hour, check on it, and see what we got. So after we've been cooking it for about 4 hours, hey, that bark is on there, it's formed where we like. So now I'm going with butcher paper. I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up, and then we're gonna take it for the rest of the cook. Now you can use aluminum foil, like a grill type, and then that's gonna give you more of a moist type meat. But sometimes that could damage your bark, so that's why I went with the butcher paper. All right, we got this thing wrapped. It's about 4:30. We're gonna throw this back in there. All right, so we got this thing wrapped up. We got it back in, and then we're gonna let this thing cook the rest of the way. Close this bad boy up. So it's 8 in the morning. We're still, running strong at 250. You can see the temp climbing. It's at 178 right now, and we're gonna check the pellets. So, move the pellets around a little bit. And let that bad boy continue to do his thing. And it should be ready once we hit around about 200 or so. We'll start probing for tenderness. All right, so we're here at hour number 11 and we hit a little stall, right? So what you could do, you could raise that temp. But for me, I'm gonna keep it at 250 just because of the temperature swing sometimes. So I'm gonna keep it at 250. And in this process, man, you gotta be patient, man. Be patient with it and let it do its thing. So we're gonna wait till the stall goes off, and then once it, gets past that stall, and then you're good to go. You'll see that temperature raise and you'll get where you need to be, and then start probing it for tenderness. Right, so this bad boy's been cooking for about 14 hours. So we're going to go ahead and, probe it a little bit and just kind of check for tenderness. So going up at that point in is not much hold on there, other than the paper, because I kind of, triple that paper. But as you go into it, it's pretty much in and out. So we're going to go ahead and take this out, and then we're going to put it in the cooler, let it rest for about an hour, and then we're going to go and, cut that thing up. So we got our cooler here, and we're going to place this bad boy in here for about an hour. That thing smells good, man. So we're gonna let that rest in there for about an hour, man. Come back, carve that bad boy up. All right, here's the moment of truth. So we started this at 12 at midnight, and then it got done about 4. Then we let it rest for about an hour and a half. And as you can see, I wrapped that thing pretty good. But look at those juices. Let me just go ahead and tear into that thing. And look at that. Ooh-wee. There you have it right there, your brisket, right? So we're gonna make some cuts on it. See how that bad boy look inside. Just gonna slice this up. Get some more thin slices there, and this thing is pretty tender. Got a nice little smoke ring. Bark is looking good on it. So I'm gonna let you guys see that smoke ring right there. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Pieces. Right, oh, look at that smoke ring right there. Now that's a 15-hour smoke, like I said, overnight, and it's ready for dinner. So that's what you want right there, man. It's ready for your guests, and then you ain't got to worry about, sitting it overnight, then coming back, with it. It's ready to go. So let me bring one more back up to you so you can see that. And that's what we do here at Cooking with Manual Focus. We just make food, we make it fun, we make it delicious, and we go from there, man. have it. Smoked brisket, did it overnight, 15-hour cook. And like I said, man, you see that smoke ring. Look at that. Look at that right there. Ooh, you see that smoke ring? Ooh-wee, and then look at that bark. Gotta have that. Alright. So if you're new to this channel, smash that subscribe button and also smash that bell button, right? Because you know what I'm about to do. I'm about to smash into a little piece of that brisket. That's delicious right there. Let me get another piece. Let me tell you what I'm tasting, man. So you got that nice bark with that pepper, right? That thundering longhorn with that salt and that pepper, right? And then you got the nice, smoke flavor. I mean, that thing is delicious, man. Try that recipe out. We'll see you guys later. Again, I'm about to go in here, smash this thing, and we'll see you guys later.